Law enforcement from across the state meeting in Saratoga today and tomorrow. They're talking about ways to improve the relationship between the community and police by focusing on fair and respectful interactions. Tori Wells joins us live in studio. Tori, they're also looking at ways to battle gun violence.
That's right. All the law enforcement at this conference are part of this state-funded GIVE initiative, which is aimed at reducing gun violence and homicides. As departments focus on that, the state also wants officers to focus on those interactions with the community.
This conference is going to look at ways that departments can continue to work with their communities to make sure that we don't get to the point where we have a Ferguson or a Baltimore.
Michael Green is the New York DCJS Executive Deputy Commissioner. He says to do that, police need to focus on procedural justice, a strategy focused on fairness in the justice system from the police and community point of view.
All of the GIVE strategies that I mentioned are strategies which are designed not only to drive down shootings, but do it in a way that is perceived by the community as being fair and being just.
This is a part of a strategy for fighting crime, but it's also part of a strategy for building trust.
Yale professor Tom Tyler has been researching this, speaking with police officers and communities alike. He told me it's a two-way street. And he says some cities, like Chicago, have seen success after retraining all officers in this method.
Those officers are less likely to use force when they deal with the public. They're more likely to be respectful, and they're more likely to get cooperation.
Albany Police Chief Brendan Cox told me he's working on a written policy about procedural justice for his department, but says it's already in place. He admits trust has recently been called into question after Donald Ivy, an unarmed man battling mental illness, died after being tased by police. A grand jury didn't indict the officers involved, leading to protests.
Hands up! Don't shoot!
The chief points out those protests didn't lead to violence or clashes with police. He says relationships that his department's been building likely helped.
We already have connections of people we can talk to and bring in and say, hey, here's what happened, here's the truth. Now help us out. How do we rebuild the trust?
Now, the GIVE program has been in place for 2 years now, and the state says it's been focusing on this procedural justice for about a year before Ferguson happened. Cody?